Okay, well, hello and welcome everyone. This is Maria Dillard, and I'm so excited that you've taken the time to dial in to hear a little bit more about why we thrive. First off, I have to tell you a little bit about what Thrive is. Basically, it's premium nutrition in 3 simple steps. You wake up first thing in the morning, 2 capsules on an empty stomach before your feet hit the floor. About 20 or 30 minutes later, you drink our Ultra Micronized Lifestyle Mix. And then step 3 is our wearable nutrition, which is our DFT foam. It is germ infusion technology, so that is releasing ingredients through your skin directly to your bloodstream throughout the day. Now, all 3 of those steps are basically loaded with tons of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, pre and probiotics, digestive enzymes, all the good for your gut nutrition. And the result is smooth, clean energy with a side of happy. The main 3 things that people rave about is better energy throughout the day, better sleep at night, and management of discomfort. And for me, I was just a tired, exhausted mama that was basically desperate to feel better. Took a leap of faith and trusted a friend. Day 1, was so excited about the fact that it was so simple because I definitely needed simple in my life, getting 4 kids ready in the morning for school, and so I could get out the door to head to work. But by day 5, I had just clean, focused energy. I was crossing things off the to-do list that had been there for months, and I just knew at that point that I needed this in my life indefinitely, and I wanted to feel like that every day. And honestly, the story has just gotten bigger and better. I tell everyone I feel 10 years younger. I sleep like a baby. The baby that actually sleeps all night. My knees don't hurt anymore. My hands don't ache when the weather changes. I don't deal with the headaches that I used to. And I'm no longer the mom that's so tired and exhausted that I dread everything. I actually look forward to everything that my kids have going on, which is a really good thing because all 4 of them always have a lot going on, and most of the time it's, they overlap each other. So I will not go a day without my Thrive. And one thing I do have to mention is I have not paid for my Thrive since that very first order that I placed. One of our company perks and something that we pride ourselves on is that Thrive does not become a monthly expense for anyone. Everyone, our customers or promoters, can actually Thrive for free every month with just 2 friends thriving with them. So if someone invited you to listen to this and you're like, oh my gosh, this is what I have been looking for. I need simple. I need to feel better. I'm ready for a change. But please pick their brain on how you can get it for free as well. So with that, I'm actually going to turn this over to Kathy Hughes. Kathy, will you just share a little bit about who you are, where do you live, and tell us what you're loving so far about your Thrive?
I sure will. Thank you. Hi, guys. My name is Kathy Hughes. I live in Central Illinois and have been an elementary school teacher for 23 years. In the beginning of my career, I met my husband, who's also a teacher, and we will celebrate our 21st year of marriage in June. We are the proud parents of 3 children, identical twin sons who are freshmen in college, and we have a daughter who's a junior in high school, so busy. We're very active in our community, in our church, and in our family. So as you can imagine, life in our household has always been nonstop. Our kids are all athletic and have played every sport under the sun from a young age. And we went from one season clear through the rest of them, year by year, day by day, hour by hour. We've always had events to go to or work at on a nightly basis, and sometimes there were or are multiple things to attend. And of course, this all happened after a long day of teaching little people who also want your undivided attention throughout the day. So needless to say, I found myself run down and exhausted. I often felt like I was just going through the motions and wasn't really ever able to catch myself coming or going. Don't get me wrong, I love my kiddos, both biological and the many kiddos I've raised throughout the years that I didn't give birth to. And I wouldn't change my past, but if I could go back and change something, I would make myself a priority. Our kids have always been our number one priority, and therefore my husband and I put ourselves on the back burner. Unfortunately, in doing so, our health and and weight suffered because of it. And at the end of the summer, I told my husband enough was enough and that I had to make a change in my life, and I hoped he would do it with me. We both want to be around for a long time to watch our kids continue to grow into adults and eventually start families of their own. So in late October, this special gal named Kim Alderman, who I actually used to coach in high school, kept posting about these Thrive products on her Facebook page. And even though I would always read them, nothing ever really clicked until one night she was offering an incentive to try things out. So I showed it to my husband, said, what do you think? And the rest is, as they say, is history. We started our Thrive journey, my husband and I, around the middle of November. I definitely noticed right away that I had more energy. I was sleeping better. I had more pep in my step, and I wasn't craving junk food, especially chocolate. Chocolate has always been my downfall. I am not a coffee drinker, not a tea drinker, not a soda drinker, but chocolate has always been that vice that I had. I won't lie, the holidays were awful because I was just learning about the products and I wasn't taking it routinely like I should have been. However, after figuring those 3 simple steps out, this has been an absolute game changer for me. The process is so easy, and I can't believe how much better I feel. Personally, I've always carried my weight differently, so I've never necessarily appeared what people would consider as overweight, but I've lost almost 30 pounds since I started my journey with Thrive, which in turn has done wonders for my self-esteem, and overall I feel so much better. I feel as though a weight has also been lifted from my shoulders because I've always carried my stress in my shoulders, and I don't have that tightness in my shoulders anymore. I want to spend my time being active as opposed to sitting around, and I just have this overall absolute peace over my heart and soul because I feel healthier than I have in years. Honestly, for me, when I think about where I was physically, mentally, and emotionally when I started this journey with Thrive, when I tell my story to others, it truly does bring me to tears because this change has made me so much happier and, again, added that pep I needed back in my step as a busy mom. So that's my story.
I love your story, and I know you are busy, but this is something that has made such a difference for you that you're so excited to be able to introduce it to other people. And I think that's part of the fun of it all. You know, it's like, I can't keep this a secret. I love it.
Right.
Well, thank you so much. Mm-hmm. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to add, especially, you know, as easy as it is, it just is. That was one of the things I couldn't get over the most is that it's like just by combining, you know, some healthier eating and those 3 simple steps that it could just be that easy.
I know. And most people say, why did I wait so long to try it? Or where has this been all my life?
Right.
You know?
I would have loved it years ago. Yes.
I agree. I always say I wish I had only had it when my babies were little, you know, but thank goodness I had it right as my daughter started her teenage years. So who's the oldest. So, oh, man. All right. Well, thank you so much. And now I'm going to introduce you guys to Aspen. Aspen, will you just tell us a little bit about yourself? I know that you've only been thriving with us a short time, so I'm excited just to hear your story. I know you've absolutely fallen in love with your Thrive, and you're excited to share it with other people too.
Yeah, so like she said, I'm Aspen Yount, and I currently live in Hulbert. I've only been thriving for about 2 weeks, But my husband is a youth pastor, and I'm a school teacher as well. So I actually teach with a charter school, which means I'm in about 5 different libraries throughout the week, seeing 37 students a week currently on a one-on-one basis. So I stay pretty on the go. And then with my husband Ryan being a youth pastor, we stay really tied up with all of our youth kids. We don't have any kids of our own, but we joke we have a whole youth group full of kids. And we're at all the sporting events, all the band performances, choir performances, all that good stuff. So we stay on the go. And for me, I live a fairly healthy lifestyle. I'm pretty active. I like to run and work out and do all of that good stuff and eat healthy for the most part and things like that. But I noticed I just didn't have any energy. And as a 24, almost 25-year-old who is exercising and trying to just lead a healthy lifestyle, there was really no reason for me to just continuously be drained. And I kind of opposite of Kathy, was a person that always had drinks. Often it was water, but sometimes it was, any kind of energy mix that I could pour into my water to take with me. I wasn't afraid of some energy drinks just to run out the door with on a super early morning or things like that, just to help me get through the day and not crash quite as much. But at lunchtime, I was going to have something else. I was going to have some other kind of energy, something that I justified as healthy to get me through the day. And it got so bad that on days where I would work from home, I would even okay, I have a 30-minute lunch break. I'm going to eat real quick, and then I'm going to nap the rest of that lunch break, just because I felt like I had to have that to make it through my day. Or on the unhealthy side, I was a snacker. My husband would joke because I was like clockwork when I wanted to snack. And sometimes it was, if I'm honest, it was like I need to snack to be able to stay awake. Like I can snack and work and get whatever I have to get done. And Lindy is who got me hooked up with this. She had given me a 3-day sample, and I tried it. And, what she asked me, what did you notice? And I said, well, I noticed I had more energy, but I just kind of let it go. It's 3 days. What difference can that really make? And so I went on a little bit, and then I finally had enough. But for me, I also wanted to know that my husband was going to be on board, because we were ones that had tried everything. We've tried several different companies of products to live healthy, to have more energy, all this stuff. And I would always have side effects. I was always super jittery or couldn't sleep, or my heart would just pound out of my chest. And I didn't like that, so I didn't maintain any of that. And then I noticed, or I started thinking, in those 3 days that I tried that stuff Wendy had given me, I didn't have any of that. I wasn't experiencing those things. I just had good, genuine energy, and it was simple. I did it in the morning, and then I was out the door, and I wasn't grabbing for some kind of energy source all throughout the day. And so when I started looking at this, I finally was like, all right, if I'm going to do this, my husband and I are going to do it together, because it's harder to maintain that healthy lifestyle if I'm trying to do it by myself. And so I talked to my husband about it. He said, all right, let's give it a try. So we jumped on, and day one, I was like, holy smokes, I have more energy. But if I'm honest, I didn't notice until my husband walked in the door that afternoon, and he said, well, how do you feel? And I was like, holy smokes, I haven't even thought about napping today. And I haven't snacked all day long. Like, wow, this is crazy. But it wasn't one of those, like, I'm questioning all day long. Is this the product, or is this like me thinking it up? It was like genuine, because I had a busy day, I had a full schedule, and I wasn't going back to those old habits that I had lived in for months of napping and eating. And so we felt really good, and we kept going on, and things just got better. One thing that was major for us is the appetite control that this product offers. My husband will tell you straight up, that man loves to eat, and he loves some dessert. But we've noticed we're not just constantly grabbing for those things. For me, a big thing is self-control. I met with students today, and I had a bowl of candy, and I didn't eat one piece of candy. And normally, I would have justified one, if not 2 pieces, but I genuinely didn't even want it. And this afternoon, I went to grab one of those energy packets out of the cabinet, not because I felt like I needed energy, but it was just a habit of drinking it. And then I thought, you know what? I genuinely don't need this, and I honestly don't even want it. And I was able to just put it back in the cabinet. I should probably just throw it away, but I put it back in the cabinet for the time being. And it was just so good because, like she said before, it does give you that drive to, like, I want to get out of the house and exercise. And like you said, Maria, I was a runner. My knees hurt often, and I haven't had the knee pain since starting Thrive products. And so it's just like, for me, the longer that we're on it, the more that we notice and the greater the benefit my husband and I both have been experiencing for the product. And so that's kind of what's keeping us going. And the longer we go, the more people are like, okay, is this the real deal? Like, what's up? Like, you're telling me it has all these things to offer, but this is like a quick fix. There's no way it can do all of these things. But genuinely for us, like I said, the longer we're on it, the more benefits we're reaping from it. And so it just keeps us motivated to do it. And my husband, you know, he kind of got like, well, you know, let's see what a day is without this stuff. And so he went one day without it. And the next morning, I didn't want to be a wife that pressured and pushed and had to, like, stay on top of it to do it. I just wanted him to do the products if he wanted to do it and wanted to feel healthy. And he came the next morning, got up, and I said, so did you take your capsules this morning? And he said, oh, yeah, I did. I'm not skipping another day. Yesterday was awful. He was completely worn out. I was actually only been awake for 12 hours. He said, I am exhausted on the day that he didn't use his product. So it's been cool to just watch him even experience the stuff. And, you know, people think we're crazy after one day of results. And I had some friends from church that started this week, and they said the same thing. They were like, well, we feel amazing. So it's just been really cool for us.
I know. I love it. Well, and I always say there's two kinds of thrivers. There's day one thrivers, and then the rest of us are just jealous of day one thrivers. So, you know, I always tell people, too, you know, we don't know how long it's going to take for you to notice something because we don't know about the nutritional gap. You know, so we call it an 8-week experience. But does it typically take someone 8 weeks to notice that it's working? Absolutely not. Usually by day 10, people know, okay, something's going on here, and they're excited, you know, to continue their experience. And I love that you said that about your knees because I remember in our first conversation, I told you about mine, and you're like, oh, whoa, you got me there because if that can happen, where I can actually land in my knees, that's going to be amazing. So I love that. I love hearing your story. Excited for you. And, you know, we never know what someone's story is going to be. We just know they're going to have a story. And I love that you said the longer you're thriving, the more you notice. And really for me, the longer I thrive and the longer my husband is thriving. And then the longer I'm hearing stories from all of you guys, you know, our confidence just grows. And so it's so hard to have a conversation with a friend that's tired or exhausted or complaining of headaches or talking about their lack of sleep or, you know, just especially, you know, mom life is a hard life. And, you know, when you're in a funk or, you know, any of that and not say, God, you've got to trust me. You've got to trust me and you have to experience this for yourself. I don't know what it's going to do for you. I just know that you've got to experience this for yourself. And it's so simple and it's so easy and it's easy-free. And man, it can make such a difference, you know, in your everyday life. So, well, thank you, ladies, so much for just hopping on for a minute and sharing your story. I know your story is going to continue to grow, and I know you're going to have a lot of fun with this, you know, as you have friends and family that come to you with their personal stories. That's when it really gets fun. You know, our own personal story is that of itself, but it's like when we're able to help somebody and see the changes in them, it just kind of sets your soul on fire. So thank you guys again, and we're going to wrap this up. So this call is officially over. Bye, guys.
Bye.